Hello and welcome to Kinetic Builds. Today we're going to be taking a look at the New Frontiers DLC that just launched for Icarus. I haven't played Icarus in a little while now, but we're going to be jumping right in with the character we had selected here from our previous open world experience. And one of the awesome things with Icarus and the most recent update is that they have allowed now that you can do operations on open world. Specifically, if we do come into the missions list, you can see that it's going to be very hard, but all of these missions, my understanding, are now going to be available in open world, which I think is really exciting. That was probably my biggest complaint with doing open world Icarus on sticks previously, so we're going to be taking a look at that. However, before we do that, I wanted to jump in here. It looks like I've gained quite a few points. We'd gotten quite a bit of experience playing on open world. I'm not going to sit here and spend all of these talents just now, but I do have some points available that we're going to be spending. And if you remember, I'm a big firearms user. I know a lot of people who play Icarus prefer the bow and arrow. It's easier to get into, but we'll be continuing on with our character and seeing what kind of trouble we can get into. There's also quite a few additions in the tech tree. I've got a lot of points available, so we're going to be able to pick things up as needed. Again, I'm not going to worry too much about it right now, but one thing that you're going to see throughout as we get started with Icarus here is they've added this cool little icon here to show the items in the tech trees that are unique to the New Frontiers expansion here, or DLC. And so we're going to be keeping an eye out for some of that stuff, make sure that we're playing with some of the new items. I am specifically interested in this new obsidian armor that we've got available here. I don't know if it's going to be that much better than the composite armor. However, it just looks really cool, so we'll be playing around with all this stuff as we get there. If we head over to the workshop here, though, just like with the tech trees, you're going to see that there's some specific equipment that is different here or added with the expansion that we're going to be able to work our way up to. Now, the problem with open world is that we will not be earning any exotics, which does tend to limit what we can pick up here. You'll also notice I have something unlocked that's further down the tech tree. They've reworked the tech trees a little bit since I played last, so we've been grandfathered into some equipment here. Now, it's interesting to me is this piece of equipment doesn't actually look like it's better than this one that they added as a prerequisite. So I'm not sure what the thought process is there. But this one has more physical resistance, 2 slots, and stealth. Oops, do not want to buy that. So I don't know what's going on with some of that, but we will be checking out all of this stuff. And just because we're doing open world doesn't mean that we can't come back and do missions and find exotics if we want later on. As I mentioned previously, Prometheus is a very hard 4-skull difficulty world, so we're going to be trying our luck there. And we're going to do our standard Keterk builds random seed here for the world, and we'll stick to a normal difficulty here. I expect that we're going to have a lot of deaths as we get into things. I do not have anything really purchased here. I guess we're going to go ahead and... Oh, items are already on drops because we're in our open world here with our first cohort suit and our mass dampener. I can't take them with me. Okay, well, let us come back here. We can resume our open world, and we'll go ahead and jump into a drop pod, bring ourselves back up so that we can have our 2 measly items to bring with us. Now, if you're like me and you're resuming a character and you haven't played Icarus for a little while, the way you can get your open world character back up to do other missions and such is to return to wherever your landing pad is on the planet here and you'll be able to take that back up. I've dumped all of my equipment off in the base that we've got there, a good old trusty base. I can't wait to build a new one, though. I enjoy the base building aspects of this game a lot, so we're going to go ahead and come into the drop pod here. The drop pod already has our module in it, and yeah, we're going to return to station. Returning to orbit will remove you from this world and delete all non-workshop items you're currently carrying. Yeah, so that's why you want to make sure you dump all of your stuff in a chest somewhere in your open world before you head on up. And now we should be able to go ahead and select our character. If we come, we don't have the resume button anymore, so now if I come into new, open world, Prometheus, we can create our world like I had intended to do before. And now we've got these two items here, so I can bring our first cohort environment suit and our one module that gives us a 5% movement speed boost. That is it. Our upgraded pickaxe that I like to bring with us is completely destroyed, so we're not going to be bringing that today. We're going to be starting off completely fresh. I can ensure items to be reclaimed after 5 days from prospect if they're not returned to the dropship. Nah, we are not going to go with that, although 33% reward penalty on open world is not really a big deal. I guess we could do that. You know what? We're just going to leave it off, although I think on open world it just makes sense to always do that, but whatever, we don't have that many items. I don't think I can lose access to that first cohort suit. And now we are presented with our drop point selection. We've got some glacier points here. I don't think I really want to start in an ice biome. We've got the wetlands here. Oh, we've got low abundance of rocks there. That's interesting. But everything else is very cool looking. Marshlands. Basalt, this is another, so we've got, these are the three new biomes, I believe. We've got the, oh no, this is a grassy plains. This is an existing biome. So we've got access to two of the three new biomes, marshlands and basalt. O2 is low here. Interesting. Now, as always, they recommend you to start in the grassy plains. Ooh, we've got a jagged crater here. That sounds very interesting. I like the idea of a crater, but maybe we will start just seeing if there's any major differences here. More passive creatures in this zone is the only difference between these two. I don't know. I think I'm going to start in the jagged crater. It is one of the two recommended drop zones. Now, I'm curious if we're going to get that first mission right away on open world, or if we're going to have to build the mission interface before we can pick up that first mission.
Welcome to Prometheus, Prospector. This place has only been accessible to approved scientists and faction contractors till now. But it looks like the UDA are finally opening it up for the rest of us. And they've actually made our lives easier, especially yours. You see, Group 15 ran a joint op with Sinitai, shifting an old terraforming satellite hub into a geosynchronous orbit. It means you'll be able to get back to the station whenever you'd like.
Great.
Or move gear and resources from orbit to planet and vice versa. So now you can stick it out without worrying about your dropship window. The faction higher-ups didn't do it for your sake, but in the end, I guess there's less of a chance you'll kick it. So, that's a plus. First things first, if you want to complete missions for the UDA, you'll need to craft a short-range radio.
There we go.
Plenty of folks need help, and factions pay well for prospectors that offer their time. Up to you. Stay safe.
All right, so we will need a mission radio thing to access the mission. That's all right. It's a fairly early build, if I remember correctly. And I've already gotten an achievement here through Steam, so it looks like we now have Steam achievements since the last time I played, which is awesome. We'll have to take a look at those as we get into playing a bit more. But for today, I think we're going to have to work on getting a shelter going pretty quick. I don't want to get caught out here without a shelter. We've got some oxide. I don't know what that is. We need a pickaxe. So first things first, we need to figure out how to get some tools again. It has been a few minutes since we've played this game. I need some more stones. So I'm looking for stones that I can just pick up off the ground. I would expect them to have a few around a structure like this, but I'm not seeing a whole lot of stones anywhere at the moment. We're gonna pick up whatever that is, some kind of food. Ooh, we've already found our first deep mining ore deposit. Aluminum. Ooh, I don't know what that is. That looks scary. It is scary. We should have made a spear. I'm gonna see if we can just outrun it. I think these are tomatoes, yeah. Man, I feel like I've usually found some more stone on the ground by now. I just need to get to an axe or a pickaxe here. We just need 3 more stones. Oh, there we go. We found it. Now, it looks like Icarus still has a little bit of the performance hitching that happens when you're running into a new area on the map, unfortunately, but I did read on their Discord server that they're working on a fix for that, so hopefully at some point they manage to get all of the performance issues resolved here. I don't want to go too far away from our landing pod just yet, so I'm going to run back up here and we're going to see if we can now find some rocks and get some better tools, get some of these trees cut down, etc. And before I forget, let me actually come in here. We're going to get our mass dampener and put this on our guy so that we can run a little bit faster. Perfect. Stone, here we go. Now, they do recommend that you've played the other maps before you dive into Prometheus, which I think is perfect, because now I don't feel too bad about starting off with some of the experience. We're going to be able to get into a shelter pretty quickly here. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, if you start the game fresh on Prometheus with a new character, they're going to give you some levels so that you're not starting off at Tech 0, essentially. All right, so I've gotten a little bit of stone here. I'm going to go ahead and craft a axe. We're going to craft a knife. We better craft a torch just in case. And we always want to have our bandages so that we can recover in the event that we do mess up. And we might as well get the trusty old hammer in the bar here as well. I like that the torch automatically goes to the light slot now. That's going to be super useful. And I like my axe is number 1, my pickaxe is number 2, and the knife is number 3. A good deal. All right, let me finish taking care of that boulder, and then we're going to come over here and grab a couple of trees. We need the wood to get started with our construction. Timber! Nice. I'm going to go ahead and just take all 3 of these down right now, and then we'll clean them up. Might as well be good citizens. We'll take out the stumps as well. Although maybe I need to upgrade to some better tools before we worry about all that. Somewhere around here is my encumbrance bar for weight. I don't remember exactly where that shows up, but we're going to be getting full here pretty soon. All these heavy rocks and logs and stuff. Got to keep our eye on things. There it is. It pops up as we get full. Nice. Oh, it also shows me how many stacks I have, so I'm at 15 of 24 slots in my inventory, in addition to now being almost encumbered. Now, we've got a nice flat area right here. That's not good. Oh, that thing is mean. ugly. Okay, well, we better, can I skin this thing? I can. Hopefully I get some leather off of this. Nope, just some meat. Oh no, I did get leather. Nice. I don't remember what the appropriate tool is for bone stuff, but there's another creature over there. I'm still fairly healed, which is good, I suppose. There's some deer down there. Oh, that's a goat or something. Okay, well, let's get that shelter going here before we run into problems. And I'm forgetting that food is super important in this game. We've now got fiber seeds as well as tomato seeds, so I can grow plants. They did do a big farming upgrade, so I'm curious to see what that's all about here at some point. But first, let me see if we can build a structure of some kind. Tech tree. Oh, I have lost the points in some of the things. They've really simplified the tiers for building materials. It looks like you just unlock everything. Let me see if I can remember how to navigate this menu. Yeah, you just unlock everything now for a given tech tree, apparently. Well, let's go ahead and get Tech 1. We're going to get wood. And then there's some advanced stuff for the half pieces and stuff. Well, we won't worry about that until we want to be a little fancier. But now we can build a basic wood structure, hopefully. There it is. We're going to need 4 walls and 2 floors, a door, and let's go ahead and get a wooden crate. We're gonna need some fur for this bedroll at some point too. Alright, I'm gonna get these building supplies dropped down here onto the hotbar real quick. And it looks like we've already got a storm, so that's just perfect. We're gonna do this. Get some stuff going here. Now, is it R? Yeah, hold down R to do that. Get a roof and a door. Now we have some protection from all of this harsh, stormy environment. We'll put a chest in here on the side, and that will allow me to dump some of this very heavy stuff that we're holding on to. We're gonna need all of this soon, but before we can get started on that, we're gonna have to get started on cooking some additional food for ourselves. Fire pit, I need some sticks and some fiber. Let's go ahead and bring some of these materials back. I'm going to toss this right outside of our front door, and let's see if they'll let us cook some stuff up here. Can I just drop this in? No, I gotta pick a recipe. Activate. Oh, I need fuel. Okay. I got plenty of wood here for the moment. Drop some of that in. Oh, that did not work. Let's see. I can make some roasted tomato. How do I... There we go. We just have to move the item over onto the other side. Slowly remembering how all this works. And as soon as I'm done with that first tomato, I'm going to take this back and let it cook up some meat. Fried tomatoes are going to give me 75 maximum stamina and some health regeneration. Very nice. Well, let's go ahead and consume that. And while the rest of that's going, I'm going to get out of the wind here. I think I'm going to just wait out this little bit of a storm that we're about to have in the shack, and then we'll check back in once that's passed. While we wait for time to pass, just taking a quick look here. We need a little bit more leather to get started on our crafting bench. Oxidizer, we are going to have some oxygen problems here soon. And I do have a bone knife upgrade already, though, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that with the bones that we got. And then we're going to get one of these simple wood bows. And I'm going to turn some of the rest of this into bone arrows just to give us a little bit of defense. This knife here, I'm just going to get rid of it. Gives us a couple of resources back, nothing major. And it looks like the storm has officially passed, so let's go ahead and gather these resources. Looking good. Yeah, I'm going to deactivate this. I don't want to use up all of our fuel just yet. We do now have 2 types of food, though, giving us a little bit of bonuses. And we have to be very worried about 2 things at this point. One is water, and the other is oxygen. So let's solve our immediate oxygen concerns first by coming over here with our pickaxe and getting some oxide. This is a stone that contains oxygen. We're going to be able to use this directly to replenish our oxygen. But I would really prefer to get an oxidizer and an oxygen resource going here. We can get little containers of some type once we get a crafting bench up and running to put oxygen in. And that's an animal that's afraid of me. Our base is there right next to that, so we're going to be able to find our way back. If I push M, I do get a map. And hey, look at that, we can find some water. Looks like there's a river right down here. So let's run down here before all of our water runs out and see if we can keep ourselves from thirsting to death. I'm slightly worried about the creatures around here. Oh my goodness, it's way the heck down there. Well, I'm not going to jump down there. Oh, look at that thing. Isn't that cute? All right, let me look at the map. Maybe we'll go the other way. If the river's down there and there's a lake over here, lake usually either feeds a river or is the destination for the river. I don't know which it's going to be in this case, but we're going to run over here and see if we can find where that river goes. Maybe there's a smoother path to get down on this side. Maybe not. I'm seeing a nice big cliff over here as well. This is very unfortunate. I think it was going to be easier to get down on the other side, to be honest. I saw a bit of a path over there, so we're going to head all the way back. I see we're in the red now for oxygen, and what was that? Carrots. We're going to get as many different kinds of vegetables and stuff as we can. Food is a critical part of the Icarus experience. It gives you lots of bonuses. And we're going to get a few of these. I don't want to pick too many, though, because we don't have the garden set up yet, although we've got some seeds, but there's no sense in letting the food spoil. Just looking along here, I was really hoping to find a way down. I see a way down over there. I'm hoping there's a way down on this side as well. Let's keep going a little bit. I don't want to have to jump off this cliff. I think we're going to have to go around, folks. We now have a debuff because our water is so low. Looks like we're getting a dizzy from our lack of oxygen as well. The oxygen, though, at least I can fix. We're going to put some oxite right up there. I see lots of these oxites that we can mine. I just don't want to spend a lot of time doing that. Oh, back. Ouch. It's an interesting attack animation on this guy. I'm not used to it yet. Gonna be a little bit hard to predict how he attacks. I'm gonna go ahead and waste the knife durability on getting through that pretty fast. And let me see here. Do tomatoes give back any water? No, I was hoping that they might give a little bit of water when they're consumed, but apparently no. But now that I'm on this side of the canyon, we can get down here to get some water. We're in the low water mode right now, which is giving us the debuff that our thirst level is +1 and stamina regeneration has been reduced. That's not a problem. When we actually run all the way out of water, I believe we will start taking damage. So I'm in a bit of a hurry here, folks. Ooh, there's a watermelon. Hopefully we can plant some watermelons and hold to drink. Of course, we've got dysentery now from drinking right out of the stream. That is one of the downsides here of getting our water straight from the stream. Our oxygen levels are starting to come back up, though. And watermelon is actually going to give us food and water when consumed. So I'm going to drop that in my bar just in case I need some more as we go through things. And I think boar is relatively passive, but will attack me if we agitate it. I'm looking for those watermelons. I think I got them all. I'm just making sure there's not any more down here. And there's tomatoes everywhere, which is kind of cool. All right, well, with that minor adventure out of the way, we're going to go ahead and collect another round of oxite to keep us breathing. And we'll head back up to the base and start getting our tech tree unlocked, expand the base enough to get a crafting bench and start building the real things. We'll need like a rain collector and stuff. And oh, here we go, watermelons. This is going to keep us in the water for the time being. And we've got seeds now. We can grow watermelons. Life is starting to come together here very quickly on Prometheus. Except for whatever is behind me, I'm not sure I want to know. We're going to keep going. Block our stone base building set now as well. At some point here, I guess we'll have to get to a masonry bench before we can start building stone walls. I was thinking incorrectly that, oh, we'll just jump right in and build some stone walls because then we won't have to replace them later. But I realize now I need some benches to do that, but I also remember that you can swap out building pieces in place now. You don't have to tear them down to rebuild them, and that's going to be a really cool enhancement here to Icarus. So we're going to build some extra floors, and I'm going to build some extra walls with the wooden fiber that we've got right now. And that's going to allow me to get started on the base build. So let me drop our floors down here. We'll drop our walls down here. And I probably need some support pillars as well. So let's see if I can make some wood beams. One whole wood beam. We've used all of our materials up already here. Luckily, though, it's just fiber that we're going to need more of. But I do think we're going to build the starter base right here. So I'm going to put a support beam kind of in the middle here just to make sure that I can figure out how to keep this thing supported later. And I'm just dropping some floors around in different places right now. We can expand this way in a little bit. But for now, I'm just going to get the walls going here. We don't quite have enough. If I remember right, I can use the hammer to tear down this wall. That's how I upgrade the wall. How do I tear down a wall? Y to destroy a building piece. So if I do Y, I can take my walls back. There we go. Perfect. So we've got everything all walled in now. And the big upgrade that we need is the crafting bench. We just need some wooden fiber at this point. If I push X, I can pick up this chest, probably spewing its contents on the ground. That's okay. We're going to go ahead and just, whoa, toss this right back over here onto the wall. Get rid of this excess stone that we've got and go get the materials to finish up our tiny little base here. We're getting tons of food going. which is probably a bit excessive, honestly, but that's all right. I'm going to keep it eaten here, keep ourselves in the buffs. The stamina we're getting from the fried tomatoes is really helping us out, and then we're also getting some increased health from the cooked meat. Not too bad of an idea, given that there's some aggressive creatures in the area. Now, I think there's a scythe or something that I can use to get more fiber from the crops here. I'm not too worried about it right now. There's so much fiber to be had. So I'm just going to pick it up by hand for the time being. And I'm going to get these trees knocked down. Ooh, there's more watermelons down there. Very nice. Can I eat a watermelon? Just to see how much water that's going to give me back. And, this is actually reducing water consumption, which is super useful in addition to the, a large bonus in stamina it gives me. So that's cool. We're not going to eat these other watermelons just yet. I'm going to leave them on the ground. Hopefully remember where they are here. And with the wood and the fiber in tow, let's see if we can build our crafting bench. I've got to pick up the stone we've got in the chest. And then let me get a bunch of roof pieces or floor pieces queued up here that'll work as a roof for me. There we go. While that's building, we're going to go ahead and put down the crafting bench. I think I like my crafting bench to be right when I come in the door here, like so. Put some of these resources in here now that we have the room. And, oh, that's right, I can't build the wooden walls in the crafting bench itself. So I might need to hang on to a little bit of this for a bit. Next up, we just need more leather to get into all of the things that are going to keep us alive. But we do now have the floor pieces, so let's see if I can get these all situated. Boom. Now we've got some shelter. It's not much, but it should allow us to survive the most basic of storms. And it's a little dank in here. That's all right. We'll get some windows, some lights, and all of that other stuff. But we'll be doing that next episode. So appreciate everyone coming and checking out this series. We're going to have a lot of fun exploring open world here on the new Prometheus map. And I'm looking forward to trying out the new missions that we've got. So I'm going to make that a priority for next episode. See if we can work our way through the tech tree here to get our shortwave radio up and running. I don't even remember where that is on the tech tree. I'm going to have so much remembering to do. It's right here, though, in Tech 2. We can make it at the crafting bench, though. So mission is to find iron next episode and get this all up and running. But we're going to wrap up today's episode here while I get mauled by this creature. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time. Out. That's right. I got you.